What is going on, everybody? Brad here, back with another Let's Talk Jurassic. It's another Wednesday night here. We're going live. I was afraid this one wasn't going to happen for a second there because it looked like there was some sort of technical issue on YouTube's side, but it's all straightened out. We're here. It's good. I hope you guys are having a good time in the chat so far. Get that thing going. I want to follow up. I don't really have much to say about it because we're going to be recording another full episode on this thing, the canon of Jurassic. If you guys do want to follow up any comments from last week, I know we had some conversations about Jurassic canon since it's kind of in flux at the moment. So if you guys want to talk about that at all, leave some comments in the comment section. I'll try to touch on those a little bit later on. We've got some fun stuff to talk about today. I've been wanting to cover construction over at Islands of Adventure for a little while. So we're going to touch on that real quick. Maybe not real quick. We also have some casting. You guys see some casting up wherever my fingers are pointing. Some casting for Jurassic World 3. And behind me, you'll see a map for running Universal. So they are running out in Hollywood this weekend. Oh my God. Good thing I'm covering this now. So there's a lot going on. We're going to touch on those three items, maybe follow up a little bit on canon if we can. But first, I'm going to take care of some business here as always. If you guys haven't listened to our brand new episode for this week, the Jurassic Park podcast, that is, go to iTunes or Apple Podcasts or Google Podcasts or Spotify, wherever you want, our website. You can listen to the Jurassic Park podcast or download it wherever you want on any podcasting app. We have a brand new episode out this week, which features the introduction of two new segments that are coming to the podcast, all to do with the music of the Jurassic franchise. So I'm really excited about these two segments, one of which I'm involved with, but overall it's two new segments coming from Caleb Burnett. He's just like such a musical guy, so I'm not going to spoil it, so you guys got to listen if you want to know all about the segments. But I'm on one of those segments with him, and then he's doing another one solo, so go check out that episode. We talked all about kind of like a little bit of history on Jurassic music, especially from our side, some of our favorites, tracks and stuff like that. We went through the songs so you could actually hear the songs. We talked about them a little bit. We talked about Caleb's history with music and all that stuff. So it was really great to kind of get some insight, into the Jurassic scores and our thoughts and everything. And then that was basically the introduction of one of the new segments. So keep your ears peeled to the end of that segment for the announcements and everything like that. But that was a great episode. I hope you guys really enjoy that one. Also, let me bring this here up. I did want to talk about this post that's on our website. So if you go to JurassicParkPodcast.com, you can see this article here from Tom Fishenden. He wrote a nice, kind of introduction and an interview article with Michael Pierce. You guys might know the fan-created game called Jurassic Explorer. Well, they're doing a documentary. So as the title implies right there, it's called Our Jurassic Journey, a documentary on Jurassic Explorer. Really, really cool fan-made game, exploring game on Isla Nublar. So if you want to find out about this documentary, get an insight, into some of the stuff you'll see and how it was made and all that, go check out this article here. Tom did a great job kind of interviewing Michael. Michael's been on the podcast a bunch of times, so we always go back and forth with him with content and stuff like that. And this documentary seems like it's going to be really cool, showcasing, how much hard work goes into fan-created things and what it leads to professionally and all that. So I'm really excited to see this. And the first trailer will be debuting on November 28th. There is this little teaser here that you can see behind me, or wherever my hands point. I don't know. But yeah, so go check out that teaser for now, and then you can watch the full trailer on November 28th. And then the movie itself, the documentary itself, is coming out sometime in December. So just keep your eyes peeled for that. Stay tuned to our website, and we'll make sure to keep you guys in the loop as far as that is concerned. So, how you guys doing? You guys doing good? How's the chat doing? Let's see here. I just real quick just wanted to see what you guys are talking about. Let me put us back over here real quick. But hey guys, hey Genozoic Artist, hey AJ, hey Jacob, hey Alec. Awesome. Thank you guys. Kevin O'Bill says, "Hi, do you have problems with YouTube?" I had problems just a few minutes ago, but everything seems to be resolved right now. So we're here. It's all good. Doing good. But yeah, Alec asks, "Are you doing a Spino review?" Oh, you mean the blue one? Maybe. I don't know. I really don't have any interest in getting that one. But yeah. So, all right, we're gonna go ahead. Oh, you know what? I wanted to mention this real quick because it's pretty funny. So I've been kind of addicted right now to Disney Plus, as I'm sure a lot of you are. But you know what? The Mandalorian came out, and I went ahead and put up this tweet here, kind of poking fun at Disney Plus, the Disney Channel, and the Mandalorian, just saying, "Hey, I'm the Mandalorian from The Mandalorian, and you're watching Disney Plus." You guys know they used to like make the Mickey head with like a wand, and it was all magical and everything. It was kind of like a bumper in between episodes or before episodes. Well, yeah, I put that up the other day, November 12th. So what is that? Yesterday, and I have 11.3 thousand likes somehow. So people really like that tweet. So I've been like getting a kick out of it. It's pretty darn funny. But yeah, so that's that. I want to move on here. First thing that we're going to talk about officially here in Let's Talk Jurassic is the park maps, or are the park maps from Running Universal, which is November 16th through the 17th, 2019. And I think you can still register. So you see that button there, hit that register now button. If you guys want to register, you can get 10% off the registration. You just use the code JPPOD10. This is out in Universal Studios Hollywood. So if you want to run around the park, get some exclusive time in the park there, that seems like a good deal. So use that for 10% off your 5Ks or 10Ks, not for the kids 1K, and not for team members or annual pass holders. But man, did you see those medals there? Man, those things look good. Those look so good. A T-Rex one, the Indominus, so and the Raptor too. You get. Let me go back there. You get these different. Go back. Go. You get these different ones for each different kind of race. The 5K for the T-Rex, the 10K for the Indominus, and the kids one. Or no, I'm sorry. Maybe that's not for the kids one. Maybe that's just for the Challenger, which I think is you do both, which is a lot. So, all right. So let's go into the maps themselves. Can I click on these maps? All right, I can download. I don't know if I don't want to download. But you guys get the picture here. I think you can see it there behind me. If I move this over, maybe. There we go. That's a little bit better. All right. So this is pretty cool, guys. This is pretty cool. Can I zoom in on this just to make it a little bit bigger for you guys? All right, so this is for the 10K course map. So if you sign up for your Running Universal event, this is a Jurassic World Run. Obviously, you saw the awesome medals that you can win. I don't know. I think you just get them. But so you can see the start is over down there in the hub. I gotta get these directions down. I think it's the opposite. Yeah, it's definitely the opposite. Always the opposite. Over there, you can see the hub pretty far over. I can't even get. I can't get the directions down. This is gonna be a comical routine every time I try to point out things. But all right, so you get to run through the park, and that's the start of the race, which is pretty cool. You run through the park. You can see, you just follow it around there. You get, I don't know. I honestly haven't been to this park since 1987. Yeah. So back sort of down the entrance around is that the Water World show, it looks like. And then you go through some other areas, blah, 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 blah. Maybe through the parking structure, out along the highway, through some hotel, blah, 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 all the way. So you get to go through the backlot, which is really, really cool. I think that's pretty awesome to run through those backlot scenes. That's so awesome. That is so incredible. Run through there, go around, and then you you don't finish near the Jurassic section either. So you go through the Jurassic section, which is cool. That's kind of what you want. You want to be able to run through the Jurassic section while you're participating in a running Jurassic event. So run through there, run around the back, which is interesting. This is only the second race that they have for Universal Hollywood. So I don't know what the other maps looked like for the Minion race that they had. Maybe I'll see if we can compare. But that's what that one looks like. You run around the back of the Jurassic section, down, all over the place. And then you end up, I'm assuming that's the City Walk area. But yeah, that's a pretty long run. The 5K one, it pretty much, it seems to pretty much follow a lot of the same areas. There is a little bit more running through the backlot, of course. You can see it kind of runs, takes those other paths a lot more. Yeah, it definitely does. And it circles around a little bit. And then, of course, the highway section, you're not running around there. You're not really running through the parking garage. I'm assuming that's a parking garage. I have no idea. So, yeah, it's a little bit different, but you do still run through the Jurassic section. That is great. Great. And then the kids do not run through the Jurassic section, unfortunately. They do not run a Jurassic World Run through the Jurassic section, which I find interesting. I guess all the races have to start at the same spot, probably for the flow of the event, I guess, just to make it a little bit easier on everybody. But, man, that would have been nice to have the kids at least run through the Jurassic section for a Jurassic Run. Hopefully they have a little bit more stuff for the kids, maybe more characters, stuff like that. Honestly, I don't know what their opportunity is to bring the dinosaurs up there. I don't know if that's possible for them. I would assume so, right? I mean, you would hope they'd be able to bring the Triceratops, the baby raptor, the blue up there. That would be great if they could. Hopefully they can do that. Because I would assume for the other races, they're probably in the Jurassic section. But for the kids one, I have no clue. So I just wanted to showcase that kind of quickly here for you guys. So you can see, just in case you are doing it this weekend, the 16th and the 17th, I believe that's Saturday and Sunday. Those are your routes. So, yeah, I mean, they look pretty long. 5K, I've done one 5K. Not too bad, especially when I was running through like nothing, and I had a lot of adrenaline. I'm assuming running through a theme park for Jurassic World, that's got to be fun. A lot of adrenaline, I'm assuming, especially the backlot. I wouldn't even be thinking about the running. I'm just like taking it. I'd probably just walk just because I want to like take it all in, see the backlot on foot. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, that looks like a lot of fun. I don't know if anybody has anything to add to the running Universal event. But yeah, it's pretty awesome. But I mostly want to move over here to our next conversation, which is going to be about some construction stuff as far as Islands of Adventure is concerned. So moving across the country down to Islands of Adventure. Let me go over here first. All right, so you guys, this is at BioReconstruct over on Twitter. Now, this account is widely known for taking aerial photos, in-park photos, construction photos, all kinds of crazy stuff from around the Orlando parks, mostly, I think. I don't know if they ever really branch out there. But this account's great. Go follow it if you want some cool looks at theme parks. So here you can see an aerial view of unannounced and unannounced project in Jurassic Park. So opening that up. Ooh, man, that is a big pick. All right, so man, there's a lot of stuff going on here. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see our video from Islands of Adventure the other day. Oh man, it was like, oh man, it was like almost a month now since I've been down there. I was just down there. I went to Halloween Horror Nights. I got to tour around the areas and take a lot of footage and video and stuff from inside Jurassic Park, of course. And I showcased like what you can see as far as like walking around and getting some looks at things. So I filmed it and I put it up on YouTube. So if you didn't look at it, go ahead, go watch it. I kind of walk around the park, showcase all the different walls that you can see, where everything is, what's kind of going on behind the scenes and across the lagoon. Actually, at the bottom of this picture, you can't really see it in this picture, but down below Hulk, which is over there, guys, over there, that green coaster, there's like an alcove where you can kind of stand there and look across the water, and it's just wide open. You can see everything, as you can tell right here. Now, this is just some sort of aerial, just a helicopter or a plane, I guess. But usually I think it's a helicopter. But they went over. You could see a lot of work being done, obviously. But I think it's interesting because they completely rerouted the walkway that everybody walks through. Because Islands of Adventure, if you have not been there, it's essentially a circle. Like it's just a big circle with these different, alcoves and different branches off of that. But it's just a walk around circle. You can go from Seuss Landing to the Lost Continent to Harry Potter stuff, Hogsmeade. You go see Jurassic Park. Then you have Kong and you have Toon Lagoon, Superhero Island, and that's it. And then you go back to the entrance. So it's just a big circle, but they completely rerouted the path off to the left over there. That top section where you can see there's a pathway over there, completely rerouted. So I find that very interesting that they're going to start work in a new section where you used to be able to walk as of like last week. So it's pretty interesting. We'll go over here to the next one. Let's see here what we got. Aerial view of concrete foundations near the service building of Popeyes and Blue to Barge. This is right near the Jurassic stuff. So you can see they put up some retaining walls. There's some structure supports here for the coaster that they're going to be building here. Or I guess they are building. So that's pretty cool. Moving on here to the next one. This is a nice one. This is pretty good. Very high up. So get a good look at that real quick because that's awesome. All right, so I wish I could kind of like act like a teacher here and like use a laser pointer or just a stick and point to things for you guys, but I can't. So over my finger is gonna. Oh, hey, it's gone. Over there, you guys see that pathway over there? Sorry, it's glitching all over the place. Let me go back to the screen. All right, so that pathway, that's new. It never used to go that way. That is new through the construction zone. So like I said, about a week or so ago, that was not there. What you did do was you can see the path, the original path is still sort of there. So it goes, you have the Discovery Center there. It goes just up high. You can see two booths, which is like Hammond's Hot Shots and some other game. And then it cuts down a little bit, kind of elbows in around that big planter with the tree and everything. That is where the raptor encounter is currently. It's kind of housed in that like there is like a smaller green roof with some umbrellas and stuff out front of it. And then there's a bigger green roof next to that, all the way on the opposite side of this picture over there. Now that big green roof is the pizza restaurant. So right there is a dead end. You used to be able to continue walking all the way down to the Jurassic Park River Adventure, which is kind of at the bottom of this picture all the way across from me. So that path used to kind of walk through there, but now they moved this whole path over, kind of cuts right through the middle of everything, which is pretty interesting. Man, that must have been like an overnight kind of thing because that's really cool. brand new area to walk through. And like when I was there a few weeks back, I never would have guessed that they were putting in a new pathway for you to walk through. And as you can see, the pathway does cut back and kind of makes a right hand turn back up to the Jurassic Park River Adventure. So what you're seeing, get the gist here. There's like big green roof over on the side over there, the left hand side. Um, Big green roof, and then you have the river adventure down below that. In between that area is where the new raptor encounter is supposed to be going. The official, like firm area where they're going to be building this, the permanent area. You can actually see like a digger is over there just digging earth. And yeah, I don't know what else, but that's going to be the new official area. And I mean, I don't know what it's going to look like. If it's, I hope it's a nice, like, contained structure, not like Hollywood where it's just wide open and the raptor just waltzes out into the open. I really dislike that. I think this raptor encounter has always been the better one because it obscures everything by bushes. You get to see the raptor come out and sprint out, and then stand in that entryway, and then you can just kind of walk up to it, but not really encounter the raptor like directly next to you or anything. So I think this one's the better one because you have the brush to obscure things to make it look a little bit cooler and better, and it hides a lot. You know that there is a human inside those figures, so. They do kind of have to obscure that a little bit. But that's where the new permanent structure or whatever they're building is going to go. It used to be, it's kind of hard to pinpoint, but I think it used to be, there's like right next to that new pathway that they built, right to the right, there's like a lot of construction material and stuff in there. It used to be like right around there. So that's where it used to be, but now they moved it over to the top over there, and then they're going to move it back down once this is all done. So I don't know. Hopefully they get that done quicker. Maybe that's why they move this, is they want to get their tails moving on that portion so that they can get that finished, maybe, and then reopen that pathway, because this is kind of a cluster just to walk. You know, you walk over to a dead end for the pizza, and then you turn around, and then you walk all the way back down and around, and then you have to go back up for the river adventure. It's kind of just like really awkward flow, and theme parks are all about the flow. And like people, I guarantee you, are just skipping over the river adventure because they have to turn around. Like people just like to walk the way they're walking, especially in a theme park. So especially if you go to a dead end, a lot of times people don't even walk all the way to the dead end. They just see the dead end and they turn around. So they never actually make it all the way to the end. So this is a weird flow of traffic that they got going on here right now. So yeah, that's pretty interesting though. Let's move on to the next one. Aerial overview of unannounced Jurassic Park project. Notice how the walkway at the right threads through the site. Yep, we talked about that. Oh, wait, what did it say? The walkway at the right threads through the site. Not really sure what that means. But so you guys see this walk. I don't know if you can actually. Let me see. It's like literally. Yeah, you see that walkway? That's like right. Oh, no, right. Nope. Like right, it starts there and then goes down here, and then this is hard. Cuts down here and then goes down there. I was a little bit off, but that walkway is kind of like usually closed off during the day. Which am I facing the right way still? Yeah. That walkway is usually closed off throughout the day. You can see there are actually bushes there, kind of stopping people. So it's another dead end. You just walk down there. There's nothing down there. The Explorer's like a little bit, like maybe 50 to 100 feet up there. But this pathway usually opens up during the nighttime stuff where they either project a show on the Hogwarts Castle, or they just want to reroute people at the end of the night. So they'll open that pathway up so you can walk through there to get out of the park, because it kind of just cuts over past the Hogwarts stuff. So you don't have to cut over this bridge that's over there. above me. Yeah, so that's a different bridge. But this is another good look. And let's see here. Oh, going back over this way now. So you can see there's some retaining walls that have been built. Some very rusty looking walls that look kind of like jagged, like they kind of go like this or something like that. Now those are new pathways that have been built, or not pathways yet, but they're the retaining walls so that they can put land in there, eventually concrete, for their new walkways. So that's pretty interesting. A lot of this like inside information as far as all that's concerned comes from Alicia Stella over at the Park Stop podcast, or OrlandoParkstop.com. You can check out a lot of that information over there. Yeah, so there's going to be new pathways where you can view the waterfront and also the roller coaster, which is going to go over the waterfront. I think, you can actually see some of the pilings right there. There's a lot of tubing, yellow tubing there, and there's a lot of like pilings in there for the coaster itself. I don't know if that's the right term or not, but that's what's there. So that'll be interesting. And this coaster is going to go over that bridge, that new bridge that's over here. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see this thing just filled with just a giant coaster in front of the Discovery Center. So yeah, I don't know. It's going to be weird. It's going to be real weird. Here we have aerial view of the new walkway. There you go. All right, so behind me, I think, is where, yeah. So, like, let's see. Sort of like right up here is where the new Raptor encounter, man, I can't get my finger pointing the right way. Yeah, like right around here, sort of like down back here is where the new Raptor encounter is going to be. So, yeah, and then the whole new coaster is going to be all in that big, like, blank section. Yep, and you can see down on the bottom there is where the Raptor encounter is going, right next to the River Adventure. But, yeah, there's a lot of really good stuff in these pictures, guys. These are awesome. So I'm telling you, go follow at BioReconstruct over on Twitter. Yeah, here's the aerial look at the pilings and the retaining walls. Yeah, those are the retaining walls that I was talking about there. I think maybe some of them might be behind me. Yep. Yeah, whatever. You can't. But yeah, a lot of good stuff there. I don't know if you guys have any questions about that portion, about what's going on there. Let me know in the comments. I'll try to tackle them. Let me look over there for a minute. Jurassic Dave hasn't been there since 2004, I think. Is that what we're talking about? Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. And Jacob Arnold says here they're likely remolding the land with a Jurassic World theme. I'm gonna disagree with you there. I don't think they are, to be honest. As far as I know, that's not the case. As far as I know, they will most likely. This could all change on a moment's notice, but it seems like they really want to go the route of just doing both. You might have a Jurassic World ride and you're going to see blue, but the overall vibe and theme is going to stick Jurassic, it seems, because I don't think they're going to be redoing Jurassic World River Adventure anytime soon. And if they had to do that, they'd have to start like this winter, right now, to start to get that open in time for this new roller coaster and Jurassic World 3. But it doesn't look like that's happening just yet. So I don't really know. But it seems like they're going to be sticking with Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. So they're just kind of going to go like both ways here. And Genozoic Artist says they're worried that they're going to mess with the visitor center. I mean, I hope I don't think they're going to be messing with it at all, to be honest. I would say maybe like once the Raptor encounter opens, if that does, a big if. I have no idea if that's going to be opening early. If I was in charge here, I would open that as soon as I can, get that thing done, and opened it right away. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what their plans are for that. So if I was them, I would open that right now, as soon as it's done. And then, try to try to work on the bottom section of the Discovery Center. Now, when I was there, they were doing some work, some touch-ups and stuff like that inside the Discovery Center. So, I don't know. I just don't see much happening there because it's just a little bit too much work. If they were going to revamp this to Jurassic World, there'd be even more construction. That it's gonna take a lot to do that, and there's no chance that they're doing that by Jurassic World 3 or the opening of this coaster. So you got a lot of time, and this coaster is not supposed to open until 2021. So you got a long time here. Um, yeah, Jason here says need to go back to Orlando before they stupidly tear it down for Jurassic World branding. Yeah, don't. I wouldn't worry. I think you're gonna be okay. I think they're gonna straddle that line there. Um, yeah. So yeah, if you guys have anything else you want to discuss, go ahead, leave them in the comments. I am going to move over to our final thing here, which is, hey guys, exclusive. This is coming from Collider on November 7th. So this has been out here for like a week or so, but we haven't gotten a chance to talk about it. You know what? I probably should have put that in the news on this latest episode, but like I just didn't. My bad. But Jurassic World 3 is bringing back Justice Smith and Daniela Pineda. I think that's great. I am very excited to see them both back in action here. I loved these two characters. I loved Zia mostly. I thought she was pretty grounded, really awesome. Just like a great, strong character for the series overall. Justice Smith was pretty awesome as well. Not nearly as cool, just because he was like kind of. I know a lot of people had issues with his character and him screaming and whatnot, but like that didn't bother me at all. He just didn't really play as big of a role for me. But Daniela definitely did. I feel like she played like a more hands-on role with like that sequence with Owen and the mercenaries or whatever, the trank gun and all that. And of course, like trying to save Blue. So there was a really like a pretty deep like connection with her in the movie. Plus, she was pretty comical. She was really great. So I'm really interested to see the two of these back in action. Really, no details here. It just says they're back. They're back in action here. If you guys let me know, are you excited about them returning? Are you not excited about them returning? Any other thoughts on the casting overall? Because this is pretty big. This is a big cast, and the article even states it here. You got Chris, you got Bryce, you got Sam Neill, Laura Dern, Jeff Goldblum. The new additions that we talked about recently, Mamoudou Athie and DeWanda Wise. So we have no idea what they're going to be doing. Rumors maybe that they could be a couple. So put on top of that, which does not cover in this article, BD Wong. He is definitely back. And, I always forget the poor girl's name. I'm so sorry. But Maisie. Maisie will be back as well. So that's a big cast so far. Yeah, but I'm excited. It's just one of those things that's like everybody, I know Tom, my buddy Tom from the podcast, is constantly saying like he's nervous about all these updates, adding Mamoudou Athie and DeWanda Wise, first of all, two brand new characters, which we just don't know anything about. That's worrying just because it's like, well, we already have the big three coming back, plus the big two from Jurassic World. And it's like, that's big enough as it is. And then you throw in two new characters, and then you throw in Justice Smith and Daniela Pineda. It's like, how much story like is going on in this movie? Like, that's going to be a lot to handle. And it says here, and we do know from the panel and everything that the big three are going to have sizable roles. So I don't know who's getting the short stick here, but I would assume it might be these two, to be honest. I don't know. I don't know if they'll have like the smallest of cameos, like kind of Lex and Tim did in the Lost World, maybe, or Jeff Goldblum in Fallen Kingdom. Um, if you consider what their roles were, they both worked for the DPG. She was a paleo veterinarian, and he's an IT guy. So where do they fit in here moving forward? With dinosaurs escaping, at the end of the movie, we saw the new family of Owen, Claire, and Maisie kind of just riding off into the sunset. Kind of seem like they're on their own. We don't know what happened with these two. And it's not really all that often that we get follow up from smaller characters or the supporting cast. So that's really, really interesting. Off the top of my head, I mean, what do we got? Lex and Tim, BD Wong, John Hammond. He comes back. He's kind of more of like a lead, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know what these two could be doing. We didn't get the return of Jake Johnson. He never came back. I personally would love to see his name. I would love to see Omar Sy come back, who played Barry. Um, at this point in my eyes, I just say bring back everybody. Just open the floodgates. Just bring back as many people as you can. I have no issue. Like I said before, Tom, I know he's worried that they're kind of overloading it and it's a lot to handle, and that's perfectly understandable. I could see that definitely happening. It does seem like maybe they could be in over their heads with too much casting, but I think these days, like, you'd hope that, after things like Endgame and Fast and Furious, like adding all of these major casts together and coming together for big moments, like you'd think they'd be able to handle stuff like this now and kind of learn from their Hollywood counterparts and see how this all works. Endgame and Infinity War made things work incredibly well with huge casts, like way bigger than this. This we're talking about what 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people. They can handle that. So I say just bring them all out and have your Portals moment in Jurassic World 3. I don't know. I have no idea. But Justice Smith handling IT in a world where dinosaurs are out, I could certainly see if they're trying to track down dinosaurs. But that's the same plot as Fallen Kingdom. It's like trying to track down dinosaurs on an island. It seems like the same thing. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if they're trying to take dinosaurs to Sanctuary and they want to keep an eye on them. He's a good guy to have around. If they are trying to care for dinosaurs or capture them and take them somewhere else, paleo veterinarian is a good person to have. But yeah, I don't know what their roles would really be. And of course, we've talked over and over about how we have no clue what roles or what would these big three be doing. No idea. No idea what the newcomers are doing, or Chris and Bryce. Just literally no idea what anybody's doing. If you guys have any insight, let me know, because I'd love to talk about it. But do you guys have any thoughts about the cast and what we're seeing here from Daniela and Justice? Are you excited? Are you not excited? I know Jurassic Dave here says he would still like to have Lowry back. In Fallen Kingdom. I can totally get that. It is weird. It is weird that, they just brought in Justice Smith when Lowry he's pretty committed. I mean, he wasn't like fully invested, but hey, neither was Justice Smith's character. And honestly, like, you could have even had more comical moments with Lowry, bringing him back. And literally a lot of the same beats could have been played if Lowry was in the place of Franklin. You could have him being like, no, I don't want to go to that island. I don't want to go to the island. I'm afraid of it. You know what happened last time, kind of thing. And that would have been really funny. And he would have had some good insight into the island. He would have been the perfect guy to bring back. So that's pretty interesting that they did not. Maybe it was just a casting thing. Maybe they tried. I have no idea. But yeah. Zap here says, I loved Franklin's character. Awesome. Yeah, I enjoyed him too. Jason says wasn't a fan of Franklin, but I didn't hate him. I was cool with Zia. There you go. So the opposite. But I'm glad that you're like I didn't hate him. There's no reason to hate these characters really. I know a lot of people are pretty like angry about these characters, specifically Franklin, and his scream, which sure, it's apparently an improv moment on the set or whatever with Bayona, but it didn't really bother me. I don't really care. Ian here wants them to put in Zach and Gray. That'd be funny. You know what? I'm for it. Bring them, like I said, bring them all back. Bring them all back. I just want to see everybody at this point. And going back up here, I did want to comment. Ian also said, does a Jurassic World 3 trailer come out this year or next year? Is it in December again? Oh, man. A trailer. Yeah, honestly, you're not going to get anything anytime soon. You've got at least another year, I would say, before a trailer comes out or anything. I would probably venture to guess the earliest we'll see anything is Thanksgiving of 2020. That's probably the earliest we'll get anything. So I don't know. Maybe they'll do something for like, a Thanksgiving football game or something like that, or just the Super Bowl. Maybe they'll wait until February and do it into Super Bowl. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna get anything for a long time. Let's see here. Jacob really liked Zia. Reminds me a lot of Princess Leia from Star Wars. Yeah, I mean, I could see that. She's definitely like very confident, knows what she wants, and she like just takes it. And she's very strong of a character, like specifically like in that moment where those mercenaries all like take charge and try to basically kill Owen at that moment. For the most part, they trank the guy, leave him there for the volcano to get him essentially. But she's pretty strong and she's like not taking anybody's crap. So that's pretty good. I like that. Jason assumes they'll have smaller roles. Yeah, maybe. I hope it's not like, like in Fallen Kingdom, once they got to Lockwood Estate where it's like, you barely see them and they just show up every now and then. I hope it's not like that level of little, because like they really didn't have too much of a role at the end of that movie. Yeah, but yeah, I mean Mudo here kind of agrees. Trailer for Jurassic World 3 probably will be released in December 2020. Yeah, I mean there's no timeline. December. I don't know. I think like I said, the earliest would be Thanksgiving, December maybe. But with these big tentpole films, it's like you never really know because, for instance, The Rise of Skywalker is coming out in a month, and they really just started like promoting this thing not all that long ago. So it's interesting to see how they're marketing these things. But with Jurassic World, they really promoted the heck out of Fallen Kingdom. That was like the biggest advertising campaign I've ever seen on any movie. So that was pretty intense. But I'm excited to see what they do. But we are not in the realm of talking about trailers or titles or anything like that. We got a long ways to go. Filming will start, early next year. I believe they said February, maybe. So yeah, we got a long ways to go. But thank you guys so much for sticking around. I didn't really see too much conversation about canon, so we'll keep that for the episode that we do, The Wire. So yeah, myself and Aaron Beyer will be discussing canon again on The Wire at the end of this month. I don't know, it's like a 28th or something like that, I think, if I look at my calendar here. No, the 25th of this month is the final episode of November. So the week of Thanksgiving, we'll be discussing canon again on the Jurassic Wire, so stay tuned for that. Like I said, go to JurassicParkPodcast.com, find all of our information, that article about our Jurassic journey. Go watch that. And also, listen to this episode that's out right now this week on our podcast feed. Go download it, subscribe, listen to all our episodes, but this one specifically all about the music of Jurassic Park and explaining and talking about new segments that we're going to be doing here on the podcast. I'm very, very excited about those, so stay tuned for that. And thank you guys so much for watching this. I got to go ahead and cue up some music here because it's time to go, guys. I had fun time. I appreciate you guys stopping by each and every Wednesday night. Always have a good time here. I'm glad it actually worked. There was like a quick second where I was like, you know what? Might have to cancel this one. I might have to cancel this one because it was not working at all. So I'm glad we had a few minutes here to discuss some of the latest news. So yeah, I'm excited. But thank you guys. I got to go ahead and cue up the finale here. So thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Let's Talk Jurassic, and enjoy.